There are some absolutes in life. Death, taxes, and Turn 10 will never release a completely finished game. I am Skywarp72, and this week, the Cruizers are bringing you the top 10 terrible things about Forza Motorsport 7. And before we get started, if negativity isn't your thing, make sure to check out last week's video, the top 10 terrible things about FM7. I'll leave the link for it in the description below. This week, however, the rose-colored glasses are broken and keyboard warriors abound as we look at the broken and unpolished side of Turn 10's latest installment in the Motorsport franchise. The paint and livery community within the Forza ranks are not to be overlooked, as they produced the most stunning visuals on cars to come out of the video game world entirely. However, with FM7 being the first motorsport game to cross over to PC, the painters hope for a wider color palette and a more Windows-style creation system to bring us more lifelike liveries. Much to their dismay, upon FM7's release, not only did we not get the same tools as the creators that allows for both matte and glossy finishes, but the paint section's lighting looks like it's only half rendered. To make matters worse, when you copy it from one side to the other, the lines are still off a couple clicks, showing us that this is just a copy and paste system from previous Turn 10 games, and the painters are sorely disappointed.
I would have known if I ate that.
No, you won't be able to swallow that. That's just a car toy.
Well, how did a car toy get there?
Maybe you stuck it up your ass.
I've made mention of our observation before that the Horizon series is often a testbed of features that they're going to put in the Motorsport game, or back into in this case. Clubs haven't made an appearance in the Motorsport series since FM4, though they've been very prominent in the Horizon series, teasing us of their return. Often a community within a community, clubs can boost morale and help aspiring painters, drivers, and race organizers improve their in-game performance as opposed to just sitting out in the cold with no one to help them. Coupled with the fact that even in the Horizon series there was a lack of a club garage as featured in FM4, and this just seems like a huge miss from Turn 10. The disturbing trend in the entire video game industry as of late is developers releasing incomplete games and finishing or fixing them through online updates.
Sir Count, pre-order doesn't mean shit, okay? When you pre-order a game, you're just committing to paying for something that some assholes in California haven't even finished working on yet.
Turn 10 is not immune to this business model, as they have repeatedly done this since FM7's release, patching glitches and giving the VIPs their double credits, all that kind of stuff for over a month now. While developers wanting to improve their product is always commendable, us Cruisers couldn't help but wonder how necessary these would be if Turn 10 properly beta tested the game to begin with. Not to mention the bulk of the updates are fixing problems for PC gamers. Very similar problems that plagued FH3 at the time of its release, showing us Turn 10 seemingly didn't learn a whole lot from that. And the point of those PC updates? Well, it's hard to say, as many PC gamers are claiming that FM7 only uses one core of processor power on purpose to nerf the game and boost the sales of the new Xbox One. And that info coming directly from the PCers over at ForzaMotorsport.net's forums. Why the PC updates if the game is nerfed for the PC anyway? Change is something often demanded for by the masses, and once it's put into effect, no one is ever happy with. While the letter designations for each class are still there, the open racing for them is nearly non-existent. Gone are the prospective letter lobbies like B, C, S, and so on. Homologation, that's the new kid in town. And it's been the general consensus of fellow racers I've talked to that hardly anybody dislikes the homologation system. It would have been a better addition to the game if it had been just an addition to the existing letter lobbies. Turn 10 seems to be adding new lobbies periodically, so maybe we'll see more open letter lobbies again. But in the meantime, I'm really missing my ABCs. When FM5 rolled around, the AIs were replaced with Forza's Derivatar system. and that system's quality has slowly improved over the preceding iterations of both Motorsport and Horizon. In FM7, though, your drivatar is so good at learning that lesser players are actually training them to wreck people. As if it wasn't enough that multiplayer is teeming with griefers, now it seems we're witnessing the dawn of single player going in the same direction. Blame for this falls equally in between those lesser players and Turn 10. Turn 10 could easily give us back, albeit an improved, AI system, like what's been seen in the Gran Turismos or even Grid 2. Or at least install some countermeasures to assure drivatars don't become assholes.
Am I an arsehole? Do I look like an arsehole?
Yeah.
Number 5 on this list is kinda related to number 7. Just like the letter lobbies are gone from FM7, so are the letter rivals, plus no existing ghost system for the homologated classes, meaning all that's really left are the monthly rivals. Needed is the return of the proper rival system. Any of you that know me are aware that I don't play much else but racing games. I'm told that the loot crate system we've received in FM7 is very similar to the system in Call of Duty.
Right. Whatever the hell that is.
Other than leveling up, these crates are the only way to receive mods, driver gear, and exclusive cars in-game. But other players, and myself included, have had very poor luck with them. I've purchased around a dozen of them, 3 of them being the big 350,000 ones, and received a bunch of crap prizes, including useless reward badges, overly common mods, and duplicates of driver suits and cars. While the saving grace for the crates may be that they're the only place to get mods, why are mods not something you can choose as a prize while leveling up, like bonus credits or the discounted cars? Anyone who's gone in multiplayer knows the frustrating experience of being forced into game chat, not once when you enter the hopper, not twice when you enter the lobby, but 3 times as it tosses you into game chat randomly during your time online. What's even crazier once you think about it is Turn 10 is essentially owned by Microsoft, yet for some reason is trying to get us, the players, not to use Microsoft's own party system.
What's really going to bake your noodle later on is, would you still have broken it if I hadn't said anything?
The problem is so prevalent that every week we run the Miata Cup, which is going great by the way, we are forced to use game chat to communicate, as using the party will crash even our private online race sessions. Man, fix this! The only thing more inconvenient than the lobby to party chat debacle is the broken multiplayer in FM7. Seriously, I don't think it can get any more busted. Aside from the stupid clunkiness of the lobby menus, ridiculous times it takes to move from one race to the next, sometimes not being able to pick your car, sometimes not being able to hear your car, other players' names not showing up above their cars, the serious drops in frame rate we were assured wouldn't happen, leaderboards not responding after races. I mean, the list goes on. But topping that list that is making multiplayer hell is the random dashboarding that continues to plague every lobby, but the most painfully experienced in open class or the A-class lobby. What's ironic about this is it does this the very same fashion it does it in FM4, meaning something in their existing multiplayer structure and or code has been broken since freaking 2011 and they still haven't fixed it. The crash to the dash can sneak up and surprise you with that whirring sound that blasts out your eardrums if you have a quality set of headphones. Expect it every half dozen races or so in most lobbies, and expect the open class where it seems to be every 3 or 4 races, if you're lucky. Believe it or not, this is not the most terrible thing. Coming in at number 1 on the list of terrible things FM7 has to offer, it's the lack of a penalty system for the griefers. Track cutters have severely been cut down with the placement of tire walls and clippable sections, which of course is a plus. The minus, however, is we have the largest collection of online griefers than any other racing game. Seriously, I worry less about getting wrecked on Need for Speed and the Horizon series than I do on Motorsport anymore. I said it before in a previous video that the public lobbies would have to be cleaned up now that FM7 is available on the PC, so we don't
Look like a possum's beck.
to the rest of the established PC racing communities like P-Cars or iRacing, because frankly, it's embarrassing. Turn 10 did implement a driver's feedback option while in lobbies, if the screen unfreezes long enough for you to use it, but it's unclear as to what that actually does yet. Walmart Shopper is one of the banes of public lobby existence right now, and he's probably crashing someone as we speak. And it's this very issue that kept some of the players in my very own crew from buying the game, even though they were longtime Forza players. I'll say this again, I do not like to bash Forza and Turn 10. All I want to do is have realistic, clean races with my friends online without griefers. Isn't that the point of Forza? Oh, and well, not on the list, an honorable mention goes to the fact that I have asked, begged, and pleaded for a few years now for an 88 or 89 Chevrolet Beretta GTU in the game, and still don't have one. I'm still waiting. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I really want to hear what you have to say in the comments below. Or was this just too much negativity for you? Check out last week's video titled The Top 10 Terrific Things About FM7 and sound off in the comments there as well. This week's subscriber shoutout goes out to the Enigma Shoe. Old Shoe has been talked about in previous videos, but his name's been withheld. He is the head honcho over at Enigma Racing League, the link to which will be down below, who are participating in the Cruizers Miata Cup. He is also our resident professional livery expert and does some jaw-dropping work. Being a Desert Shield and Storm veteran, he suffered an injury and doesn't have the full use of his hands, and to race on Forza is forced to use all the assists. Rising above that though, he has tirelessly provided Cruisers Gaming with tech support, opinions, and as of late, most of your favorite butts. I thank you for the support, Shu, and for your service to our country. And as always, you can keep up with the Enigma Shu, myself, the Miata Cup series, and the rest of the honorary cruisers on the official Cruisers Gaming Facebook page, the link to which will be down below in the description. Wait, you're not a fellow cruiser?
Yeah. Wait, what? Wait. What? Yeah. Wait. What?
Well, hit that subscribe button for Forza Friday videos, and make sure to join that notification squad for random real-life car vids during the week. I'm Skywarp72, and remember, friends, they're the family we get to choose. I'll see you next week, fellow cruisers.